because I dropped a video last night about it was a review video. So somebody sent me a video. Y'all send me videos. That's how I know what's really going on in the streets. Somebody sent me a video of Umar Johnson, and forget the messenger. We don't really care about that. I just want to have this conversation. And I want to get my thoughts off before I even read anything. So somebody sent me a video that I did react to, and then I dropped last night. And when I woke up this morning, I went to check the messages just to see what the sentiment was because I was really curious to what people was gonna say and respond to it. And maybe it's not just because I'm evolving in my messaging because I'm adding more context to what I'm saying, but in addition to that, I also wanted to find out what the sentiment of the streets was, right? And so I dropped a video last night that basically highlighted how him in that video, and he was having a conversation with a woman. And in that video, he was basically saying, oh man, women shouldn't expect for men, or he said black women shouldn't expect for black men to be as proficient financially or successful when it comes to provision and protection in a relationship as white men. So he said that, number one. And then the second thing that he said is that black women, and this is not just for black women, but this is just in general, but he said specifically that black women should be spending more of their energy and their monies investing in men, investing in the men that they're dating. And he didn't say the men that they were married to. He said investing in the men that they were dating. And so I was really like, well, that's a no brainer. That's a no go under no circumstances. That is a no go. I believe that everybody should be able to be sufficient as adults by themselves before they even get into a relationship. But what I was reading in the comments, and it kind of bothered my spirit, was that there was men that was like, nah, Anton, you wrong on that. She should be investing, and if her boyfriend, the man that she dating, say, hey, I want you to invest in my dreams, and the example that Umar Johnson gave was she should give him $700 a month or whatever a month for the next 2 years, hoping that he becomes successful. You wrong on that, Anton. And I was like, what? What do you mean? I'm wrong on that. And so my stance was A, never move into another woman's house. Never move into another woman's house. Because listen, before we even get into the dynamics of it from a financial perspective, and I got a full show lined up for y'all today. I have pride as a man. Just as a man. I just have something within me as a man. And again, this isn't even a situation where you get down on your luck or you married to the person and then y'all come up with a plan and y'all work it together and coming together. He talking about in the dating phase and just being boyfriend, girlfriend as adults, as grown 30, 40, 50-year-old people. We ain't talking about children that's just in college and stuff. We talking about adults. And I said, just me as a man, I'm not ever going to depend on a woman for my survival. And here's my question, because I would like to know what the sentiment of the streets is. Are men, because I understand women. Women been finessing men since the beginning of time. And again, I'm not even talking about people that are married. I'm talking about people that's just kicking it with each other. I understand that women is always going to trick men out of a bag. We know that. That's why we have conversations on how you have to be careful and exercise discipline, right? But are men actually depending on women for their survival? Because I'm an equal accountability smoke giver. And so I hold women accountable, I hold men accountable. But do men actually depend on women for their survival? That's what I'm asking y'all before we even get into the show. Because what I seen here, matter of fact, you know what? Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can pull it. Cause see, y'all gonna say that Anton, and thanks, shout out to the co-host of the show. Y'all gonna sit here and say, Anton, nah, you don't, that's not even what they were saying. I don't believe you. All of that stuff, right? Check it out. Check it out. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Let me pull this up. Now I gotta pull up the proof just for the sake of conversation. It really did. It bothered my spirit. It bothered my soul. So check this out. Let me blow this up for y'all real quick. Because it was kind of mixed. Never ask a woman to fund your dreams, but the courts will give her half of everything if she hasn't contributed to your dreams in the first place. Funny how that works. That gets 90 likes, 10 replies. Let's see what the replies are. Anton is capped because his woman gives him her paycheck. My woman hasn't worked in 17 years. And I've already told the story about the fact that we have to be in 100. Number one, we married. Number two, she hasn't worked in 17 years since my daughter was born. And number three, she gave that to me to show that she was 100% submissive. And then I gave it back to her and told her that I didn't need to do what you wanted to do. But it's the mindset that then showed me that she was 100% in. Let's continue. Let's take our egos and feelings out of the subject and think of this from a practical perspective. In a society that specifically favors, educates, funds, and supports black females more than ever, even over black males, how can you make and preserve productive black families and communities if black women refuse to invest some of their societal advantages into black men? And that got 40 likes. Let's continue. Umar is saying what you said, Anton. When did I say this? Women should levy their finances to the man with the vision and mission. Let the man invest and leverage both of them. This is not what I said, and nor did I ever say to do this outside of a marriage. Let's continue. I actually agree with Umar on some points here. And maybe I'm off. The reason I'm having this conversation is because I want to make sure that I'm not off and that I'm actually being objective enough to see it and whether or not women should be investing in their men and giving up and paying them even before they married. Now you said your wife gave you her check. Now you saying don't do it. Do people have a listening comprehension thing? Or do they hear what they want to hear? I'm aware. Let's see. Obviously, we know this woman is supporting me. Anton couldn't deal with the point about snowflakes meeting men in high school or college or working super hard. Dog, y'all are not basketball players. You're not Cam Newton. Let's continue. So now a woman is not supposed to put in any type of investment on a relationship for the betterment of the relationship. Yeah, you got to make up your mind. I agree with Umar. Umar did not lie though. Umar not wrong. Now Anton has always said that a woman should be willing to invest in her man. That's not what I said. I said, Jesus Christ. A woman is a man's helpmate. This dude Anton let money get to his head. Everyone doesn't have the funds starting from the bottom. I guess I did. I don't know. Anton, you have Rita, a woman that fully invested in you. Without her and viewers, what the I don't know if people is running in the Victim Olympics or what. They can't give us money for a haircut. You know they're not going to do this. Umar was spitting on this one. You're just not the guy he's talking about, my dude. I got to disagree with you on this one, Anton. Iceberg Slim was right. Am I off? Honest to God. Because I just want to make sure that we all looking at this and seeing this. And so when I was reading this and when I was paying attention again to the comment section, I'm trying to understand, either I'm off or I am just from a completely different generation of guys. Either I'm off. Sister, I'm so happy to see you. What's up, sis? What up, sis? Let me give a round of applause to my girlfriend. What's up, girl? I've been asking about you, sister. We'll get to you in a minute. Shout out to my girl, sister. Either I'm off or I'm just from a whole nother. Jody says, yes, I'm off respectfully. I'm off? Dog, you a grown man with gray in your beard. You look like you well groomed. You look like you got yourself together. Why would you ever want a woman to invest in your dreams? And that's not even your wife. Y'all are looking to what? Listen. I'm not for men being used, and I'm damn sure not for men being misused. But good God, y'all out here asking women for money and to fund your dreams? Wow. Okay. All right. Well, listen, again, I said that I'm open to being wrong. I said that I wanted to understand the sentiment. I'm going to take this constructive criticism and feedback. I'm going to sit on it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pose this as a part of the live stream tonight. When we live stream tonight on the Q show, I am going to pose this. I will say this prior to sitting on it because I always am looking to understand. I don't want to just assume that I know everything because I understand that times change, people change, circumstances change, and all of that, right? But this is what I want to say. I'm understanding that different people live different lives, but I am also going to say this. I'm also going to say this. Under no circumstances, under no circumstances will you ever find me to be dependent on a woman for my survival. That's just me personally. I'm giving you my own personal sentiment, my own thoughts. I will never, under any circumstances, ask a woman for money. I'm just different. I'm built different. I come from a different era. If y'all believe that that's necessary, I'm open to hearing you because I want to better understand you. But I will never, ever, ever ask a woman for resources. And I would never, ever, and I say this because I always say that I would never advise somebody to do something that I wouldn't do myself. And I'll never advise you to go and move into another woman's house. Let me say that again. This advice is not for, it's not even for married folk. This ain't for 20, 21, 22, 23-year-old people that's still getting their lives started and trying to figure out because you're supposed to be broke. You is probably still in college, just now getting out of college. You're not supposed to be rich. You're not supposed to be looking at your life and comparing it to the people that's on Instagram. If you 30, 40, 50 years old as a man, personally, I'm never, ever, ever going to advise you to go and move into a woman's house or to ask a woman to invest in your dreams. They got banks for that. They got networks for that. They got small business loans for that. They got friends and resources if you're just looking for a partner to invest in a business together. But under no circumstances am I ever going to advise you to go to the person that you're sleeping with outside of marriage and tell them to fund your dreams for the next 2 years. And it might not even be a good idea. So listen, I'ma just stay in the minority. I'm a remove myself, but I am gonna pose that question tonight on the Q show because it bothered me. It bothered me to my soul when I woke up and I read those comments this morning because it helps me to understand the sentiment of what people are doing today. If I'm broke, I'm not even thinking about no box. This is just me. If I'm broke, I'm not even thinking about going out. Only thing I want to do is work. The only thing I want to do is hustle. The only thing, and again, I'm not telling you to be misused, but I'm not dependent on another man, let alone another woman. I wouldn't depend on another man for my survival, let alone another woman. Asking a woman for money? This is wild. This is wild. I'd rather be homeless. I'd rather be on the street and get myself together before I go to a woman, especially a woman that I'm not married to, and ask her for resources. But I guess we all in a different space.